Hello everybody, welcome to ESI Africa. This is your Power and Energy Go-To channel. It's good to be in your company. And today I'm in conversation with Mr. Victor Mapani, who is the Managing Director of Zesco Zambia. Mr. Mapani, it's good to be in conversation with you. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you, and I'm honored to be here.
Good, thank you very much. So let's jump into this. CEOs across Africa are facing the VUCA world. It's volatile, it's uncertain. What are some of the ideas that you can put out there in terms of recovering from this pandemic and going forward?
Of course, like every other country, I think Zambia was not exempt to the challenge of the COVID. And now we are in the wake-up stage. We are putting in place methodologies to make sure that we recover from this. So there is need to look at the way we do things differently. We've learned from the pandemic that actually you can still work from home and that you can put a lot of activities away from the normal office and actually place them in the home. We've also realized that in that same space, there is a lot that needs to be done with mindset change for our people to actually understand that productivity does not necessarily mean you are attached to an office, but that you can actually perform while seated in your own home, in your own comfort, and still deliver as required. Of course, there are things that you cannot do without when you have to interact with customers at the points of delivery of service. Those we have no choice but to do what we have to do within the realms. Yes.
The pandemic has not been easy on everyone. But coming back to the power and energy industry, broadly speaking across Africa, what are the main challenges that you think utility companies are facing at the moment?
Most utility companies, just like Zesco, I think, face the issue of borrowing money at a very high rate. The assumption is that it's very risky to invest in Africa, and so no one gives you cheaper money. And when you get expensive money, it means your tariffs are up. When your tariffs are up, it means fewer people will be able to afford to pay for the electricity. If fewer people are able to pay for the electricity, then you have got fewer connections. And so your growth rate is actually retarded. We believe something needs to be done differently, first within Africa among the CEOs and indeed the electricity supply industry across Africa. We have to rethink about this so that we can start finding methodologies of ensuring that the cost of borrowing money to invest and expand, intensify the networks is actually reduced. This is one major one.
Yeah.
The other one is that I think utilities operate almost independently, and the idea of interconnectability is normally marginalized. But unfortunately, that's where our future should lie now. We should start thinking of ensuring that all the utilities are interconnected transmission.
That's very important. I just want to get a sense of what the energy mix is like in Zambia at the moment.
Energy mix at the moment in Zambia, we are looking at a very good hydro power generation component. I think we only have approximately 300 megawatts of thermal, plus a few generators, diesel generators, maybe about 4. And then we have close to 2,700 megawatts on hydro, of which the last 150 megawatts will be commissioned very soon, all hydro.
That's good.
And then we have a small component of solar sitting around about 86 megawatts.
Do you have an opportunity for IPPs in Zambia?
A lot. We are looking out for IPPs actually as much as we can, and we have a lot of sites which have been studied already, both hydro, solar, and 1 or 2 cases of thermal, wind as well. And we are looking out for people who are interested to come and invest in Zambia so that we can grow our generation portfolio and also increase our generation mix. Our target is to ensure that we have 25% of renewables from wind and solar by the year 2032.
Good. Just to circle back, what is the capacity, generation capacity at the moment in Zambia?
Generation capacity is about 3,200 megawatts.
That's huge.
Well, that's reasonable.
Yeah, reasonable.
That's reasonable. Yeah, we believe we can push that to at least 4,000 or 4,005. We have not done very well in the solar space. We have not done very well in the wind space. We want to exploit that now. And of course, there are low-hanging fruits on the hydro as well, where we can actually easily generate another 300, 400 megawatts of hydro.
In terms of connectivity and access, what percentage are we at?
Access to electricity, we are looking at 35%. It's always an interesting question, yeah. Access and, and electrification. Yeah. Access, we believe the actual connectivity. I think 35% of the population is got power, and 67% of which is urban.
Oh, that's not too bad. I think we are punching above weight.
We are hoping that we can push that as well. I think with our colleagues who are actually managing the Rural Electrification Authority, we believe we can increase that at a reasonably high rate. Yes.
Where are we with the Batonga project?
The Batonga project has hit some snags, but we believe that the two governments, as you know, that is an intergovernmental project between the Zimbabwean government and the Zambian government. There seems to be a few cons that need to be ironed out between the Zambian government and the Zimbabwean government on how that project should actually go. The original concept, I think, has now fallen off because there is an indicator that the civil works, which are a major component of that project, and the actual machines, which is the electrical, mechanical machines, should be separate projects. I think with that, and also maybe the source of the money and the expense of the money, are things that I think the two governments are looking at. And we are hoping that will be ironed out very soon.
No, that's good. You know what, we could spend the whole day discussing these issues, but it was good to be in conversation with you. If you enjoyed this video, you can follow us and like us and subscribe to the ESI Africa News channel. Thank you very much for watching.